What's up guys, welcome back to another IdentityV video. In this video we're going to take a look at some Axe Boy gameplay that I had today in Ranked, so let's get into the video. So this match was on Arms Factory, and you can see we had this kind of weird little spawn setup here. We had Batter in the top right, we had Postman in the middle, then we had Cowboy in the bottom middle, and then we had a Lucky Guy in the bottom left. Now in this match I decided to go straight to middle because I want Postman to kite into the Cowboy and Lucky Guy here. And if I move right here, okay, and Cowboy has Flywheel, Lucky Guy has Flywheel, Postman is carrying Windows and Flywheel here. I try to get like a little cheeky hit on the Postman there. And it's also good as a post note that, I mean, these aren't survivors that don't know what they're doing. I mean, this is the 7th Postman here, and I can kind of put a screenshot proving that too. But I decided to chase him here. I'm carrying this no detention build. I used to really enjoy going Axe Boy no detention when I was trying to train him up to be kind of a secret pick for me in tournament. There was a good amount of time when I was doing it. I didn't even really use him in ranked that much or anything. I would just like train him super hard for tournament. So Axe Boy is like one of those ones that's always fun to come back to. And so we got a really nice first start here for this Axe Boy game, and from here my goal is to try to pressure these ciphers as much as I can. And Lucky Guy ends up using Watch definitely a bit too late there. I'm able to kind of predict kind of where he's going to go. He could have tried doubling back, but again, kind of hard to make yourself completely predicting where the hunter's going to go because you'll have body collision, that type of a thing. So I just kind of made an educated assessment as to where he would be. Now I get this right here on the Batter, almost flywheels it, but if he misses that, that's super hard to time. I was able to get that flame in it down. Now if you are rescuing against an Axe Boy, what you should do is you should try to get right up, all cozy next to the chair. Try to keep your body as close to the hunter as possible, the same way you would try to avoid a violinist note right there. But I see Cowboys here, and again, Axe Boy is all about patience. You have to wait for things to line up perfectly, and I go for a blink there. I say patience as if we're not like 2 minutes into the match and very clearly won, but from here it's like all about cleanup here. So if you get like all your flames and stuff going on, you can see just how quickly things can spiral for the survivor. So if you're good at hitting your flames, like in this match right here, you can really do a lot. And once he vaults that one was pretty unavoidable. And it's really tough for survivors to be aware of where the flame is relative to them. They have to be kind of comfortable looking not necessarily where the hunter is at all times. So I decided to chase the Batter because obviously he's not going to be able to do much else right now. But as I kind of had stated last video, it's really good a lot of the time to stomp on the balls whenever you're given the opportunity. Batter goes down, and that is going to be the last self-heal. So you can see I'm just trying to use the Restful Road to kind of cut off the point where I know he's going to want to go. And that is a 4K at 4 ciphers remaining against that survivor team. So very solid first match to get right out of the gate. And let's continue on to the next match. So this next match here is an insane match that I had on Hospital. Now I spawn in this top left corner here. We have Anti right in front of me, and that ends up being the route that I take here. So without further ado, let's start the replay. And once again, I'm going this no detention build, the same build I went in the last match. And we have Sui and Balmer, and we've got Anti with Windows, Officer with Tide, and Acro with Windows. So I kind of take some weird looping paths here because a lot of times I find survivors are a little bit hesitant to transition outside of the little window areas or where you have like the tree flames. So I kind of anticipate that the survivor might want to go that way. I probably should have waited until I had line of sight before using that flame, but I was getting just a little bit greedy there. Not too greedy there. But I end up getting, if I recall correctly, yeah, a nice early hit there. And you can see what happens here is I actually have Insolence, which unlocks the Restful Road at just the right time for me to be able to position for this flame here. So having that Restful Road was so instrumental in getting this down early, because if Antiquarian would have been free in Hospital, or if I would have had to use my Blink there, I would have been in a much worse position. So I like running Axe Boy with Insolence. I think it's very, very good. And you can see having Blink and Trump card all together is a good way to put a lot of pressure on the survivors really, really quickly. See, someone's kind of decoding out there, but my main concern is getting this Embalmer off of the Cypher. So I end up being really patient here. Don't actually want to start the cooldown there, although I could have justified maybe going for a Hail Mary there. I want to save this cooldown for the first officer coming. Now, I was a little bit surprised by how this rescue went, but I end up going straight for the Antiquarian here. Maybe could have swung a little bit earlier here, but I really just want to keep her contained in this area here. Try to keep my body in the road as much as I can so I can get all this extra speed. And I mean, being that this is so early, I still kind of get the better of any interaction here. So I end up taking the Antiquarian to this really weak chair right here, just because it's close by. So here, the survivors are kind of running out in the open, kind of clueless. Now, there's not much that you can kind of do to dodge this. No, stop inviting me! You're gonna get clipped. Okay, so being that I got that kind of acts as my double hit there, which is a-okay. I end up getting this. Almost get another double hit here, which really would have been a nail in the coffin, but as Antiquarian, it's so hard to predict when you need to do the stick when they have that much extra speed. Now, I have no idea why Acro decides to harass here, but you can see survivors that get extra aggressive. I mean, what was that Acro going to do there? And now this is really good because now I have a second down that I can really go for here. And Embalmer, I think, replaces his coffin there. I don't know. I'm not too concerned. The main concern I had was if he decided to, like, repaint it to be the Acrobat, but even then, with as far ahead as I am, I wasn't too worried. And especially kind of this is tier 5 gameplay that I'm kind of showing off, y'all. I'm pretty confident that I can end a lot of these matches before the final pop, which is part of where my inspiration for No Detention goes. But I also find that when I was training him up to be kind of my tournament kind of secret weapon, I really wanted him to be kind of an all or nothing type of hunter, so I created a build that was 100% all about that. And you notice a lot of times I wait until they vault or have some kind of interaction to do that, because I know that they're going to be in some kind of stun lock. That was pretty much a lucky guess there, I will admit. That was pretty lucky here, getting that hit on the first officer. I mean, I knew he was going to go one direction or the other, but that worked out okay for me. I kind of go for a Hail Mary here, but again, you can kind of see with interactions, they're stuck for a certain amount of time going a very set path. Easy time to throw out some flames there, so hopefully that gives you all Axe Boy mains a few things to think about, and hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing. We are close to 2K, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.